Hello again, YouTubers, on with SpongeBob 101 back here again on the SpongeBob channel. And today we have our first take video for SpongeBob episode 202A, Food Con Castaways. Alright, so this episode premiered on May 13th, 2016. It's about a couple weeks back, so it's still pretty fresh. I think that there are going to be more SpongeBob episodes coming up next month as well, so we can look forward to that. But for now, this is the last episode review that I have yet to do. So yeah, for now. If you haven't checked out our previous video, which was our first take video for Sandy's Nightmare, I'll have a link to that in the description box below. Yeah, so I'll summarize the episode first as usual for our first take videos. It starts at a Krusty Krab and Squidward and SpongeBob discover a Food Con. Apparently Mr. Krabs wants to go to Food Con and win the Golden Cornucopia. So SpongeBob's like, oh, the Krabby Patty sure to win that Golden Cornucopia. So they set out on the road trip, and who do they bring along? Well, aside from Mr. Krabs bringing along right-hand men, SpongeBob and Squidward, he brings along Patrick, who apparently is supposed to help set up the stand at Food Con. So while they're driving, SpongeBob and Patrick do a lot of ridiculous things. And I mean, first they start off like I Spy, and they always keep spying Mr. Krabs. So yeah, and then they look out the window, see billboards like the world's least exciting sweater, I think that was one of them. And yeah, so that was pretty funny to a certain extent, I guess. And then of course the best part here was SpongeBob and Patrick trying to get the truck drivers who were driving beside their boat to sound their horns, which keeps annoying Squidward. And when Squidward decided to just do it so he could, get SpongeBob and Patrick to, keep quiet, what he got was, I don't know how you call that, but yeah, apparently, the truck driver blew all that gas into, it's not gas, it's like exhaust. Yeah, exhaust into Squidward's face instead. So I thought that was pretty funny. But Mr. Krabs says, I don't want to hear another peep from you guys until we get to Food Con. Obviously, we should never, we should be more specific sometimes, like SpongeBob, who keeps saying peep. Why? Because they were going to fall off Peep's cliff. Yeah, who would name a cliff after Peep? What kind of name is that? But, okay, so he fell off Peep's cliff, fell into this valley, very fast-flowing river, and through a dam, and then into a tornado, and past a couple of fish flying planes, and they land in the middle of a desert. Of course, the car doesn't fall apart until Mr. Krabs moves inches forward, and yeah, everything falls apart. And guess what? Everything is even worse when they realize Patrick ate all their Krabby Patty samples. Yeah. Alright, so very sad, but Mr. Krabs and Squidward decide to get SpongeBob and Patrick to haul the caravan along, because they were the ones who were causing the problem. And yeah, they had one lost Krabby Patty and then make it to Food Con. So they went through the desert, through snowy mountains, and they ended up at a forest in the middle of nowhere, and they had to camp out for the night because SpongeBob and Patrick looked like they were absolutely exhausted and couldn't move on. So you see the really funny parts here, where at first they want to guard the patty with their lives, and then because of the hunger setting in, they decide to, you know, try to get the patty away from SpongeBob so they can eat it. And so Mr. Krabs, Patrick, tries to trick SpongeBob into thinking that Patrick will help take care of the patty. Obviously Patrick ain't gonna do that. I thought it was pretty cute when Patrick's mouth like literally went down to his like foot or his head. That was pretty funny. And then of course Mr. Krabs, Squidward tried to play a lullaby on his clarinet to get SpongeBob to sleep, and he got carried away by the monster again. Yeah, there was this monster that Mr. Krabs threw Squidward at earlier to prevent the monster from eating the Krabby Patty, and so SpongeBob catches the Krabby Patty as Squidward lands right in front of SpongeBob, his face in the ground. But anyways, yeah, the monster takes Squidward away again and drops him in the middle of nowhere, and Squidward goes, "Everyone's a critic." Yep. I really like the idea that you bring back the lines from last time, but yeah, pretty decent. So Mr. Krabs builds this safe, so-called. It's like, you know, you put it in and Mr. Krabs actually used it to trick SpongeBob into putting the Krabby Patty into his mouth. But obviously didn't work out, and the three of them chase SpongeBob, and SpongeBob escapes only to be talking to the Krabby Patty. And the Krabby Patty's like, "Oh, you can just eat me now." I mean, and SpongeBob's just like, "Oh yeah, a sandwich couldn't lie." Of course it could. I mean, at least if it would talk, you know. So yeah, but he gets chased and they run out to Food Con, and they, like, you know, smash into each other in the hall of the convention center, and SpongeBob jumps out in order to deliver a patty to the judge, who eats it. And when SpongeBob looks, guess what? It's the nature patty that SpongeBob had been feeding Patrick, Squidward, and Mr. Krabs, and Patrick was eating the Krabby Patty. But nonetheless, they won the competition, and everything turned out well. Except for Squidward, who did that horn gesture again and got exhaust in his face again. So yeah, that was pretty funny. But yeah, overall I think this was a pretty well executed episode. I'll give it a 4 out of 5 most critical rating, 3.5 out of 5. Certainly better than Sandy's Nightmare. I really liked it, and I can't wait to see what comes with it. If I'm not wrong, it's snail mail, so we'll see how things go. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, favorite, comment, etc. Keep it right here on SpongeBob 101. I'll see you guys in the next video, and yeah, in the next video, SpongeBob Comics 58. See you guys next time. Bye!